Hello everyone, this is Shadow. Due to copyright restrictions on YouTube, I can't publish many of the audiobooks you love. That's why I've created a special paid service where you can enjoy over 300 high-quality audiobooks from platforms like Webnovel, Pocket FM, Audible, Wuxia, and more. Each novel comes as a one-time purchase, no subscriptions, no hidden fees. After payment, you'll receive full access via Telegram, along with all future updates for that novel. You'll find a wide selection of your favorite genres and titles, always in premium audio quality. Check the full list of available novels in the description. DM me now to get your favorite stories in audiobook form and start listening today. Chapter 221. Several robust men beside him were drenched in sweat as they massaged him. Put a bit more strength into it, you guys. Didn't you eat last night? Even harder. I'm telling you, as long as it feels good, money is no issue. This member of the demonic mouse race was enjoying himself. Suddenly, the demonic mouse race powerhouse shuddered abruptly. The strong member of the demonic mouse race looked towards the direction of central mainland, his small eyes suddenly widening. Is this a breakthrough to the 6th rank? The strong member of the demonic mouse race was dumbfounded. He remembered that Lin Yuan, whom he protected under the command of the goddess of wisdom, had only the strength of the 4th rank. How did he suddenly reach the 6th rank? How long has it been? The powerful member of the demonic mouse race almost thought time was in disorder, but after some thinking, he confirmed he had only been on Kanglan Star for not even a year. What a monstrosity! The strong member of the demonic mouse race blinked. Even though he knew that Lin Yuan, who had the goddess of wisdom intervene to bring him to this planet as a bodyguard, was no ordinary individual. Such a leap across 2 major realms in such a short time was too frightening. Central Continent Manor. Main building's underground training area. So this is the 6th rank. Lin Yuan slowly opened his eyes. At this moment, he felt everything had changed. The myriad cosmic energies diffusing between heaven and earth were distinctly visible to him, especially the powers of Tai Yin and Tai Yang, which he could now discern as effortlessly as if viewing the patterns on one's palm. I finally succeeded. A smile emerged on Lin Yuan's face. In the main world, whether it was human civilization or other different species civilizations, the 6th rank was a boundary. It marked the divide between planetary life and cosmic life. Before reaching the 6th rank, life was extremely fragile. One could barely survive off their planet without the aid of tools. But at the 6th rank, the cosmic starry sky instead felt more like home. Whoosh! Lin Yuan's figure vanished. The next moment, Lin Yuan appeared outside Kanglan Star. Under the deep and vast cosmic starry skies, Lin Yuan took a deep breath. The originally chaotic and violent cosmic energies, now tame like a kitten, were all drawn into his body. Kanglan Star. Lin Yuan turned his head to look towards the distant Kanglan Star. At this moment, the enormous Kanglan Star appeared somewhat blustery, its internal strength not as robust as its exterior suggested. Though it boasted a planetary defense system, Lin Yuan could breach the planet in a short time if he so desired. The lives of Kanglan Star's 50 billion citizens hung on Lin Yuan's single thought. The planetary defense system could only delay Lin Yuan for a while but was very unlikely to stop him. Lin Yuan seemed to have noticed something and looked toward the left front. There appeared a bald man. Little junior brother. Big senior brother? Lin Yuan immediately recognized the bald man, who was indeed his big senior brother. Their auras were almost identical. And also, Lin Yuan's gaze shifted, looking towards another location. There appeared a dwarf man, measuring only 1.50 meters. Don't get excited yet. The dwarf man immediately spoke. It's the goddess of wisdom who sent me here. Goddess of wisdom. Lin Yuan connected with the goddess of wisdom and after confirming, nodded slightly. Is it really the goddess of wisdom? The bald man was somewhat astonished. Just earlier, while he was protecting Lin Yuan, he had sensed the dwarf man's presence. The two nearly came to blows until the dwarf man confirmed that the bald man was not an enemy and voluntarily stated that he was commissioned by the goddess of wisdom to protect Lin Yuan. Upon hearing this, although the bald man was skeptical, he halted his intent to strike since he did not detect any malicious intent from the dwarf man. And during the time he had been protecting Lin Yuan, the dwarf man had not made a move. If the latter truly harbored a killing intent, he would not wait until after Lin Yuan's breakthrough to the 6th rank to show himself. Is Mr. Lin, the peak master of the 13 peaks of the Red Kuan lineage? The dwarf man carefully observed Lin Yuan and spoke softly. It wasn't difficult to guess. The imminent breakthrough to the 6th rank by the peak master of the 13 peaks of the Red Kuan lineage was well known, and at this time, coinciding with Lin Yuan's breakthrough, it was easy to put 2 and 2 together. Moreover, Lin Yuan had a 7th rank powerhouse protecting him. Only someone with such a background could belong to the Red Kuan lineage. Thank you, Mr. of the Demon Mouse race, for your protection during this time. Lin Yuan, having learned the approximate details from the Goddess of Wisdom, immediately expressed his gratitude. There's no need for thanks. I was merely following orders. The dwarf man shook his head. I was curious about the identity of the 13 Peaks Master of Chikuan, but I never expected it to be the Mr. Lin I was protecting. The dwarf man looked astonished. He had a premonition that, soon, the whole Chikuan star domain, and even the surrounding star domains, would be continually shaken by the true identity of the 13 Peaks Master. Chapter 222 Identity Revealed. Since Mr. Lin has already stepped into the 6th rank, I will take my leave. The dwarfish man bowed slightly towards Lin Yuan and disappeared on the spot. He had been commanded by the Goddess of Wisdom to protect Lin Yuan until he reached the 6th rank. Now that Lin Yuan had indeed reached the 6th rank, his mission was considered complete. And, considering that Lin Yuan and the bald, burly man, the 2 Marshall brothers, obviously had things to discuss, his staying would only make things awkward for himself. So he was a king from the demonic mouse race? The elder Marshall brother glanced at the departing dwarfish man and spoke softly. The demonic mouse race? A king? A thought flickered in Lin Yuan's heart. He knew about the demonic mouse race which had submitted to the human race 1,000,000 years ago and had long since been integrated. The fact that the Goddess of Wisdom had assigned this dwarfish man to protect him clearly showed her absolute trust in the man. In fact, these different species who had been integrated into human civilization for so long might be even more loyal to human civilization than some from the human race. Their relatives and tribe members all resided within the territory of human civilization. If they ever dared to betray, all of their kin would suffer the consequences. As for a king, that was a title for a 7th rank peak evolver. Contrary to the divisions of the 1st to 6th ranks into 12 segments each, 7th rank evolvers only had 3 stages. From weakest to strongest they were Duke, Marquis and King. The King level in the 7th rank was already at the 7th rank peak, and even in the battlefields of different races, a king could dominate an area alone. Thank you, elder Marshall brother, for your protection during this time. Lin Yuan spoke earnestly. He had realized the moment he saw his elder Marshall brother how confident he had been when Lin Yuan had asked him how to guard against the Black Prison. It was why his elder Marshall brother had confidently told Lin Yuan to train on the Kanglin Star. We're Marshall brothers. Why the thanks? The elder Marshall brother waved his hand. Let's go. Little brother, take advantage of the fact that the news of your breakthrough to the 6th rank hasn't spread yet and come back with me to the Chikuan main star. The elder Marshall brother suddenly said, as if he had thought of something. The dwarfish man from the demonic mouse race knew Lin Yuan had reached the 6th rank, but he definitely wouldn't spread the word. Therefore, up to now, others were unaware of Lin Yuan's breakthrough to the 6th rank. Even the several 5th rank evolvers on the Kanglin Star couldn't sense the subtle fluctuation of a 5th rank breaking into the 6th rank. All right. Lin Yuan nodded, glanced at the Kanglin Star and said, You're wondering how to get to the Chikuan main star, right? The elder Marshall brother smiled subtly. If it were just me, I would take a leisurely trip back by spaceship. But with the little Marshall brother here, to avoid unnecessary complications, let's teleport directly back. The elder Marshall brother finished speaking, and suddenly, a 5-colored transparent crystal appeared before him. The crystal, shaped like a magic cube, faintly emitted slight space fluctuations. This magic cube. Lin Yuan felt that the magic cube closely resembled the giant magic cube in the seven-star cave world that represented surpassing the sixth-rank evolutionary path. The two must share the same origin. This is called the crystal magic cube, given by our mentor. Once crushed, it will form a space passage, and the other side leads to the Chikuin main star. The elder Martial brother said with a grin. Click. The elder Martial brother grasped the crystal magic cube and gently squeezed. The crystal magic cube immediately crumbled into powder. Amid the countless powdered particles, the power of space began to gather. In front of the elder Martial brother, a door of space formed. Go ahead, little Martial brother. The elder Martial brother closed his eyes and felt briefly. The space passage is very stable, strong enough for a sixth-rank life to pass through. Elder Martial brother. Lin Yuan looked down at the Kanglan star. Are you worried about your family? The elder Martial brother chuckled. Rest assured. Once you return to the main star, we will immediately announce your identity on the Chensi main star, and then Chensi main star will make the announcement externally. The moment Chensi main star receives the news, they will dispatch a specialized guard troop to Kanglan star to protect the family of our little Martial brother, said the elder Martial brother, pausing for a moment before continuing. Actually, you needn't worry about your family's safety. Different species like to assassinate our human race's talented evolvers, but they are actually not that interested in the families of talented evolvers. The elder Martial brother hinted. Not that interested? Lin Yuan was surprised. Let's say, hypothetically, the elder Martial brother smiled and said, if your family were to be assassinated by a different species, would you be utterly devastated? No. Lin Yuan shook his head. I see. Lin Yuan realized. High-rank evolvers possessed power capable of destroying heavens and earth, and naturally, their mental state was almost at perfection. If the death of family members could cause a high-rank evolver's mental state to collapse, then all those years of cultivation would have been in vain. The death of family members would only incite deeper hatred against the different species in an evolver. Particularly for genius-level evolvers, the death of a relative might even act as a catalyst, helping them to break through faster. What about capturing family members as a threat? Throughout the long centuries of human civilization, no evolver had ever yielded to threats from different species. Therefore, unless under special circumstances, different species generally wouldn't target the families of human race geniuses, as it held no practical significance. Go ahead. Lin Yuan took one last look at the Kanglan star beneath his feet and followed his elder Martial brother into the space passage before him. Such chaotic space power. Lin Yuan was somewhat surprised. Even with a space passage to shield him, he could still feel the wildly violent space power. This level of chaos and ferocity far surpassed what Lin Yuan had sensed in the Divine Arms world when he last entered that spatial rift. But now, all the turbulent and disordered space power was blocked by the space channel formed by the crystal magic cube. Space rules, too miraculous. Chapter 223. Lin Yuan followed his eldest senior brother, step by step, walking inside the space tunnel. With each step he took, Lin Yuan vaguely sensed that he had traversed an immense distance, all crammed into just a few steps due to some form of compression within the space tunnel, compressing 10 light-years or even dozens of light-years into a matter of steps. Lin Yuan had done some research on space rules as well, and the giant cube within the Seven Stars Void world, representing a spatial evolutionary path beyond the 6th rank, had already been fully understood by Lin Yuan up to the 7th rank chapter. However, compared to the profound mysteries of the space rules he was encountering now, it was like comparing the light of a firefly to the bright moon. Quickly, after merely taking a few dozen steps, Lin Yuan had moved to the other side of the space tunnel. A planet appeared in the distance, hundreds to hundreds of times larger than Kanglan star. That is the Chikuin main star. A smile appeared on his eldest senior brother's face. Not until this moment did his eldest senior brother feel that he and his junior brother were completely safe. Even if a high-rank evolver at the peak of the 8th layer came attacking now, they were so close to Chikuin main star that the Chikuin Star Lord could intervene instantly. So many powerful beings. Lin Yuan faintly sensed that on Chikuin main star, numerous high-rank evolver auras were lurking, and 6th-rank fallen star warriors were no longer rare on Chikuin main star. I have already stepped into the 6th rank. My soul has achieved perfect harmony and transformation, and merged with the martial Tao evolutionary path. Even someone as powerful as my teacher cannot see through which evolutionary path I have cultivated. Lin Yuan thought to himself. After becoming one of the 13 peak masters of the Red Kuan lineage, Lin Yuan had been reluctant to return to Chikuin main star. He was worried that his cultivation of the martial Tao evolutionary path would be seen through by other high-rank evolvers. You see, the potential revealed by the martial path evolutionary path had the prospects of advancing to the 8th layer evolutionary path. As the founder of this evolutionary path, Lin Yuan was, in a sense, an embryo of a great evolution scholar. This identity far surpassed being one of the 13 peak masters of the Red Kuan lineage because any evolution scholar represents the true foundation of human civilization. And an evolution scholar starts at the 8th layer, with a citizenship level that is unimaginably high, and their influence is much greater than that of a singular powerful evolver. Follow me. The eldest senior brother's mind slightly shifted. The space around subtly distorted. It isolated their appearances and auras. Whoosh! The eldest senior brother, with Lin Yuan, entered Chikuin main star. During this time, countless fluctuations transmitted as if confirming their identities and permissions. Quickly, the two soon arrived at the continent formed by more than a dozen mountains at the center of the planet. Lin Yuan looked around, and there were a total of 14 mountains, with the largest central peak belonging to the Chikuin Star Lord. The other 13 mountains were those of Lin Yuan and the other 12 peak masters. While walking, the eldest senior brother said, "Now the junior brother has come to the main star. Next, our Red Kuan lineage will update the information of the 13 peak masters. Junior brother is from Kanglan Star, and since Kanglan Star is a life planet in the Dawn Star system, the Red Kuan lineage will first announce it to the Dawn Star system, then spread it outwards from Chensi main star." Okay. Lin Yuan nodded. Having reached the 6th rank, he could fully withstand the identity of one of the Red Kuan lineage's 13 peak masters without facing an unworthy of position issue. Apart from the eldest senior brother, the 2nd and 3rd senior brothers, the rest of the senior brothers were also 6th rank. Back when the Chikuin Star Lord seized the body of a Starry Sky Wanderer Kuan, he only dared to return to the Human Civilization Alliance after painstakingly reaching the 7th rank. That's because the Chikuin Star Lord was not a genius in the conventional sense. The young Starry Sky Wanderer Kuan that he possessed easily attracted animosity. For example, the parents of the original Starry Sky Wanderer Kuan, or the special life group of the Starry Sky Wanderer Kuan. The Starry Sky Wanderer Kuan species is indeed rare, but there are some, and with strong bloodlines the probability of birthing powerful beings is much higher. It was precisely because of this. Chikuin Star Lord hid until he reached the 7th rank before daring to show himself and return to human civilization. I wonder how Chensi will feel, knowing that his star system has birthed such a supreme genius as junior brother, said the eldest senior brother with a bit of emotion in his voice. As one of the 13 peak masters of the Red Kuan lineage, Lin Yuan truly held the power of life and death over a star domain. Coming from the Dawn Star system, Lin Yuan was likely to develop some fondness for it. This fondness might not be substantial, but compared to completely unfamiliar star systems, he would definitely lean toward the Dawn Star system. Under such conditions, as long as the Dawn Star system didn't sabotage itself, it was equivalent to having a supporter in the Chikuin Star domain, thereby increasing its influence. This was just the impact Lin Yuan made on the vast Dawn Star system. But for Kanglan Star, if Lin Yuan wished, Kanglan Star could even advance to a higher-grade life planet. From a middle-grade life planet to a higher-grade life planet. This involves various aspects like the level of cosmic energy a planet can accommodate, the number of powerful beings, etc. Normally, higher-grade life planets are mostly innate. Few middle-grade life planets advance to higher-grade life planets, because the costs involved in such an upgrade are too great. But with the tacit support of Lin Yuan, the peak master of the 13 peaks, the ascent of Kanglan Star to a higher-grade life planet is just a matter of time. Big senior brother, shall we go see the teacher now? Lin Yuan asked. See the teacher? The eldest senior brother shook his head. There's no need. When you entered Chikuin Main Star, the teacher already knew, seeing or not seeing doesn't matter, said the eldest senior brother, looking at Lin Yuan with a somewhat solemn expression. Junior brother, the most important thing for you now is not to see the teacher, nor is it to continue cultivating. Rather, it's to form an imprint of your life essence, and then brand it into the universe. Chapter 224. The eldest senior brother said solemnly. A 6th rank evolver's life essence is strong enough to leave a mark in the universe. This kind of mark is also known as a life brand, and as long as the brand exists, even if Lin Yuan falls, the supreme beings of the human race can use this bit of life brand as an anchor point to reverse time for resurrection. As for those below the 6th rank, their life essence isn't strong enough. If they die, they truly die and nobody can bring them back. Understood. Lin Yuan nodded. Branding one's life brand into the universe is something all evolvers do as soon as they step into the 6th rank. It relates to whether one can be resurrected in the future, and even those 6th rank evolvers without the privilege of resurrection will do the same. Who knows, in some future era, their offspring might make great achievements and beseech a supreme being to resurrect them. Chensi Main Star. The Chikuin star domain has 8 major star systems, with over 1 million life planets. Among them, the Dawn star system is not the weakest of the 8 major star systems, but it's also not associated with the strongest, ranking around 5th or 6th all year round. Chensi Main Star within a certain department. This department is one of the core departments of Chensi Main Star, responsible for connecting with Chikuin Main Star, and constantly relaying the many orders sent from Chikuin Main Star. Who knows when Peak Master Shursan will step into the 6th rank, or what Peak Master Shursan's real identity is. Could it be from our Dawn star system? Within the department, a female employee chatted idly with a colleague. In the virtual world's arena area, Peak Master Shursan's last few battles, especially the way he shattered the Wanyang Holy Sun with 2 slaps, convinced many powerful beings in the outside world that Peak Master Shursan's soul had achieved 100% compatibility. Stepping into the 6th rank as a result is also a recent event. Once someone becomes a 6th rank, the importance of keeping Peak Master Shursan's identity secret vanishes, and it can be made public. And according to the style of Chikuin Main Star, from which star system Peak Master Shursan hails, that system's main star will be responsible for dissemination. If Peak Master Shursan is not from the 8 major star systems, then Chikuin Main Star will personally make it public. I think the possibility of Peak Master Shursan being from the Dawn star system is not big. In my Dawn star system, there are only over 100 high-grade life planets, while other powerful star systems have hundreds of high-grade life planets to start with. Geniuses like Peak Master Shursan are likely to be born on high-grade life planets. Another department employee spoke up. The many differences between high-grade life planets and middle and low-grade life planets include the probability of giving birth to geniuses. The former is much higher than the latter. High-grade life planets, accommodating higher quality cosmic energy. Living long-term under such quality of cosmic energy means that even a mediocre talent can match geniuses from middle-grade life planets. Any news from the other star systems? The 3rd department employee asked. If Peak Master Shursan were from another star system, Chikuin Main Star would definitely inform that system, and the news would be publicized immediately. Not yet. I'm keeping an eye on it, the first woman who spoke up said. It's been so long. Peak Master Shursan should have made a breakthrough by now. Anything that should be made public would be, unless Peak Master Shursan really hails from outside the Chikuin star domain, and was picked up by a Star Lord during their travels in the universe. A department employee wondered. While they were chatting, beep 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 beep, the entire department suddenly lit up with a red light. A document has been received from Chikuin Main Star. Peak Master Shursan's true identity comes from the Dawn star system. Chapter 225 Changes in the Door to the Myriad Realms. What? Peak Master Shursan really comes from our Dawn star system. In the department, all members were dumbfounded, having indeed fantasized about this possibility. After all, if the Dawn star system really was the home system of Peak Master Shursan, then the entire Dawn star system would benefit from his presence in the future. Not to mention gaining any resource bias. At the very least, it wouldn't be treated as a place to exploit for resources. But everyone was clear that it was just a fantasy. Just like before the lottery results are announced, nearly every citizen who has bought a ticket fantasizes about winning the jackpot. But in reality, there's only one winner. Those fantasies were nothing more than impractical, wishful thinking. However, now, someone was telling them that the fantasy had turned into reality? Peak Master Shursan. All hearts were pounding as they immediately began to review the real information file about Peak Master Shursan sent from the Chikuan main star. Peak Master Shursan, real name Lin Yuan, from Kanglan Star, the champion of the last Kanglan Star tournament, participated in the 7-star cave trials. Peak Master Shursan, born on a middle-grade life planet? A mere middle-grade life planet managed to produce a genius like Peak Master Shursan. It's incredible. The file says that Peak Master Shursan participated in the last tournament at only 4th rank, and now he's 6th rank? I understand now. Before the tournament, Peak Master Shursan must have been cultivating on his own, reaching 4th rank in such a backward environment on a middle-grade life planet, then entered the 7-star cave world, received guidance from a Star Lord, and his fortune soared. The numerous members of the department, looking at the information about Peak Master Shursan, were lost in wild thoughts. Chairman. Just then, one of the members looked up and noticed a burly man appearing. Chairman. Upon hearing this, the others immediately looked up, addressing the burly man with utmost respect. In the entire Chensi main star, no one could be called chairman, except the dominion holder of the Dawn Association. The Dawn Association was the most powerful force in the Dawn Star system, so much so that the entire system was named after it. Of course, no matter how powerful the Dawn Association was, it was still a subordinate to the Red Kuan lineage, and only the orders from the Red Kuan lineage were obeyed. Ha ha ha! Peak Master Shursan really comes from our Dawn Star system? The face of the chairman of the Dawn Association lit up with joy, showing none of the usual aloof demeanor of a chairman. Chairman, what should we do now? The department head couldn't help but speak up. In theory, apart from the big shots on the Chikuan main star, only they knew about the real identity of Peak Master Shursan. What to do? Let me think carefully. The chairman of the Dawn Association composed himself. He had been so excited that he had for a moment neglected how to handle this matter. Without a doubt, having Peak Master Shursan from the Dawn Star system was a tremendous opportunity. But no matter how great the opportunity, one must catch it properly. The Dawn Star system must seize this chance, especially to not let other forces get there first. This is what we'll do. I will personally go to the Chikuan main star and make an appearance before Peak Master Shursan to congratulate him on advancing to 6th rank. The chairman of the Dawn Association said. Since the real identity of Peak Master Shursan had been transmitted from the Chikuan main star, it meant that Peak Master Shursan was already on the Chikuan main star. Secondly, Peak Master Shursan should still have parents and a sister on Kanglan Star. Once he knew the real identity of Peak Master Shursan, the chairman of the Dawn Association immediately connected to the virtual world and looked up Lin Yuan's basic information. Now, you take my guard troops and quickly go to Kanglan Star and protect the Peak Master's parents. The chairman of the Dawn Association looked at the manager. He wanted to cover all bases, as protecting the Peak Master's family certainly couldn't be wrong. Now, we can release the real identity of Peak Master Shursan. The chairman of the Dawn Association didn't dare delay, as upon receiving the documents transmitted by the Red Kuan lineage, Chensi Mainstar had to act with utmost speed. Naturally, as the spreader of the identity, the chairman of the Dawn Association was the first to know the information and could prepare in advance. The Dawn Star System, the Heiyu family's stationed planet. Being one of the top 5 forces in the Chikuan star domain, the Heiyu family had stationed planets in all 8 star systems. The station planets, which are entirely owned by the Heiyu family, also serve as the family's branch headquarters within that star system, overseeing all matters of the Heiyu family in the Dawn Star System. The Dawn Star System has 1,200,000 life planets, almost all of which have some trade and economic dealings with the Heiyu family. At this moment, The matter of Peak Master Shursan's real identity was transmitted here from Chensi Mainstar. Within a garden, a man in a loose coat was leisurely lying there. Two beautiful women were gently massaging him. The man in the loose coat, named Heyu Chin, was Heyu Ao's second uncle. It was through Heyu Chin that Heyu Ao had cut off all trade ties between the Heyu family and Kanglan Star. Although far from the family's power core, at least I'm free, and not many can command me. Heyu Chin was in a good mood. Not every member of the Heyu family had ambitions to climb higher, and Heyu Chin was quite satisfied with his status. While Heyu Chin was enjoying himself, a deep voice suddenly echoed beside him. Heyu Chin, come here. The voice, although devoid of any emotional fluctuations, obviously suppressed some anger and fear. Chapter 226. The clan elder is calling me? Heyu Chin suddenly felt a shiver run through him. Come at once. Although he didn't know what the clan elder wanted with him, Heyu Chin knew that he must not defy the elder. Quickly, Heyu Chin appeared before the clan elder. Elder. Heyu Chin bowed deeply, keeping his posture extremely low. Heyu Chin, I have sent you a document. Take a good look at it. The clan elder took a deep breath. Then give me an explanation. Ah? Okay. Upon hearing this, Heyu Chin immediately began to receive the document the clan elder had sent. The Red Kuan lineage, the true identity of Shursan Peak Master, is in fact an evolver from the Dawn Star system, from Kanglan Star, named Lin Yuan. The more Heyu Chin read, the more panicked he became. His heart trembled, his legs went weak, and he found himself unable to control his own body, collapsing onto the ground. Lin Yuan. Hadn't he been cut off from trading with Kanglan Star by his nephew Heyu Ao? All because of this Lin Yuan? And now, this Lin Yuan's identity was Shursan Peak Master? Heyu Chin felt the world spinning. Breathing became unbearably difficult. He was keenly aware of what his actions meant. He himself had initiated the trade cutoff and had spread the word that it was all because Lin Yuan was disrespectful. But now, Lin Yuan had become the Shursan Peak Master of the Red Kuan lineage, one of the high-ranking beings of the Chikuan Star domain. One couldn't merely talk about himself. Even the sea-calming divine needle Heyu Mo of the Heyu family would have to treat Lin Yuan with utmost respect. And he had tried to suppress Lin Yuan? Heyu Ao, you have doomed me. You have put me beyond redemption. Heyu Chin crawled to the elder's feet, clutching his thighs. Elder, none of this has anything to do with me. It was all Heyu Ao. It was all his doing. I have no grievances against that Lin. Against the Honorable Shursan Peak Master. It was all Heyu Ao's orders. Heyu Chin wept bitterly. He understood that he was finished, regardless of whether he wanted to do it or was ordered by someone else. As the person directly involved in suppressing the Shursan Peak Master, he was bound to meet no good end. Yet, even in death there were differences. The Heyu family had ways to make the guilty wish for death. Ayuao. The clan elder closed his eyes. I will speak to the family about this. As for you, the clan elder looked at the sobbing Heyu Chin. In an instant, a guard approached and subdued Heyu Chin. Only after Heyu Chin had been taken away did the elder turn around to face the others behind him. They were all high-ranking members of the Heyu family stationed in the Dawn Star system, each of them looking grave. Before Heyu Chin arrived, they had already gathered and almost fully grasped the situation. Gentlemen, the time concerning the life and death, the survival of our Heyu family, has come, the clan elder said somberly. Life and death. The rest trembled slightly at the thought. Indeed, it was a matter of life and death. The Heyu family had grievously offended the Shursan Peak Master? As one of the Chikuan Star Domain's 5 grand powers, deeply rooted with far-reaching influence, the Heyu family wouldn't face immediate issues even after offending the Shursan Peak Master. But given enough time, it would undoubtedly weaken rapidly, and might completely perish after hundreds or thousands of years. Therefore, the situation the Heyu family was facing could indeed be considered life and death. If we'd known earlier, we should never have given Heyu Chin the power. To cut off all trade with a life planet might not be a major issue, but it is not a trivial matter either. If it had been reviewed by us, perhaps such an incident wouldn't have occurred. It's only a possibility. Hayuao is a direct descendant of our family. If he had come to us asking to cut off trade with Kanglan Star, would you have disagreed? The mistake lies in the fact that a middle-grade life planet like Kanglan Star could give birth to a great person like the Shursan Peak Master, and Hayuao just happened to run into the Shursan Peak Master. Since it has already happened, discussing this is pointless. What's critical now is how to resolve the animosity the Shursan Peak Master has towards our Hayu family. Hayu Chin will certainly have to be handed over, but the main culprit is Hayuao, and Hayuao. The people in the room discussed fervently. They had the power to decide Hayu Chin's fate, but as for Hayuao, after all, he was the son of Hayu Mo. How to deal with Hayuao had to be in consultation with Hayu Mo's wishes. I will go and speak on this matter. It concerns the family heritage. No matter who it is, those who must be sacrificed will have to be, as long as it can recover the favor of the Shursan Peak Master. As long as it can eliminate the Shursan Peak Master's animosity towards our family, no price is too great. The clan elder stood up, looked at everyone, and declared firmly. Chikuin Main Star, official member cultivation site. Fong Qing was sitting cross-legged, imagining the likeness of an ancient god in his mind. The evolution path of the ancient gods is simple in practice yet difficult in theory. That was to meditate on the ancient god, corresponding to one's own evolutionary path, and to imitate that entity as much as possible. The reason this was difficult was that even a minor mistake could lead to retaliation and possible death on the spot. Huff! Fong Qing finished his cultivation, a look of relief washing over his face. Just at that moment, Fong boy, quickly look at the document. Go look at the document. A roaring voice came through, unmistakably from the white-bearded old man. What's the rush? What could possibly be so important? Fong Qing's brow furrowed slightly, feeling that his mentor was prone to overreacting, as if he had never seen the world before. Are you going to look or not? The white-bearded old man's tone rose a few notches. Fine, I'll look, but I certainly won't be like you. Fong Qing immediately skimmed through the document, muttering to himself as he read. Until the true identity of Shursan Peak Master is an evolver from Kanglan Star in the Dawn Star system named Lin Yuan. What the fuck? Fong Qing was astounded. Big Brother Lin is Shursan Peak Master? Fong Qing felt bewildered, rereading the document several times to confirm that the Lin Yuan mentioned was indeed the Big Brother Lin he knew, and not somebody with the same name. His mind turned to mush. It took a moment for him to somewhat snap back to his senses. This. Fong Qing's eyes widened, and though he was alerted by the white-bearded old man that Lin Yuan must have some sort of ace up his sleeve, otherwise, he wouldn't foolishly refuse Hayuao's recruitment. But this ace, was it not too big? The 13th Peak Master of the Red Kuan lineage? Was this his fucking trump card? So that's how it is. I was wondering why, with your Big Brother Lin's talent, it would be impossible for him to pass the 7-star cave trial. Even a waste like you passed, it made no sense. So that's how it is. So that's how it is. So that's how it is. The white-bearded old man's voice, filled with sudden understanding, kept ringing in Fong Qing's ears. Fong Qing's mouth twitched. He had some objections to the old man's constant calling him a waste, especially in comparison to Big Brother Lin, so he immediately dared not say much more. Shursan Peak Master. Fong Qing couldn't help but look up, staring off at the 14 peaks standing tall in the center of the main star. Inside the palace, Lin Yuan was sitting cross-legged. Life essence. Imprint. Merging into the universe? Lin Yuan pondered carefully while feeling everything within his body. After stepping into the 6th rank, his physical soul underwent significant metamorphosis. Lin Yuan faintly sensed a deeper layer of space within the cosmic starry sky. Whether it was real or an illusion was unknown, but Lin Yuan felt that it was a place unreachable by mere flesh and blood. According to the Red Kuan lineage's description of that space, it should be the origin source space of this cosmic starry sky. It's the most central place of the universe, where only ethereal entities like life imprints are able to merge. As for life, even the most powerful beings could not enter the origin source space. Life essence. Lin Yuan slowly circulated the power within his body, resonating faintly with that layer of space. I can feel it. It should be about to merge soon. Lin Yuan's spirit shuddered. Merging the life imprint did not require much skill, otherwise, it wouldn't be achievable by a 6th rank evolver. Upon sensing the space where the life imprint rested, the final merge was imminent. As the life imprint continued to merge, Lin Yuan felt more at ease, able to spare a bit of consciousness to attend to other matters. The door to the myriad realms. A thread of Lin Yuan's consciousness reached the depths of his mind. This was his first visit here since advancing to the 6th rank. What's this? No sooner had Lin Yuan's consciousness reached this place than he noticed changes to the door to the myriad realms. Compared to before his breakthrough into the 6th rank, the door had become more majestic, solemn, and insurmountable. Not only did it no longer appear ethereal, but it also seemed more like a physical object. Since Lin Yuan became aware of the door to the myriad realms, this colossal gate had always been ethereal. Even when the outer regions were illuminated, you could still discern its ephemeral nature. But now, the door to the myriad realms actually gave Lin Yuan a tangible sensation. Furthermore, as Lin Yuan gazed at the door to the myriad realms, a vast amount of information flooded into Lin Yuan's soul from the door. Chapter 227. Despair of Heiyuao. These pieces of information. Lin Yuan rubbed his temples and even halted the act of integrating his life imprint into the universe. The information he received was obviously vast and exceedingly important. So, the door to the myriad realms in the depths of my mind is merely a projection of the true door to the myriad realms. Lin Yuan's thoughts converged silently. The real door to the myriad realms was not something that a frail and insignificant life like Lin Yuan could sustain, even if the former had acknowledged him as its master. The disparity in levels between them was too great for them to coexist in the same space. With Lin Yuan's strength before stepping into the 6th rank, bearing a projection of the door to the myriad realms was already his limit. Even now, as Lin Yuan had evolved to a 6th rank evolver, and his life essence had undergone transformation, making him capable of leaving a brand in the main world, he still could not sustain the real door to the myriad realms. Of course, stepping into the 6th rank wasn't without its changes. The current Lin Yuan could carry a projection of the door to the myriad realms, and its inherent essence had elevated much. This point could be explained by the additional information about the door to the myriad realms that Lin Yuan acquired. World-breaking origin force? Lin Yuan's expression grew somewhat solemn. According to the information just received from the projection of the door to the myriad realms, he knew that the world-breaking origin force was one of the core energy sources of the door to the myriad realms. Every 333 days, the projection of the door to the myriad realms could accumulate a strand of world-breaking origin force from the void. The specific manifestation was the lighting up of the peripheral area of the door to the myriad realms. Simply put, a strand of world-breaking origin force could allow Lin Yuan to travel once. The uses of world-breaking origin force were numerous. 10 strands of world-breaking origin force could enable Lin Yuan to return once more to any world he had previously traversed. This seemed rather good, Lin Yuan thought to himself. Although, thus far, the 4 traversals he conducted all ended with Lin Yuan emerging invincible. As the number of traversals increased and the levels of the worlds he visited were raised, under the restriction of the door to the myriad realms that limited the duration of stay, Lin Yuan couldn't guarantee that he would be able to conquer every traversed world. If there were any important treasures or things in the worlds that he hadn't fully enjoyed, he could use this method to return to those realms and continue to enjoy them. But that depended on the treasures or opportunities being sufficiently important, as 10 strands of world-breaking origin force were enough for Lin Yuan to traverse 10 times. 50 strands of world-breaking origin force can allow for physical traversal. Lin Yuan had long known that the door to the myriad realms was not limited to consciousness descent but also allowed for physical traversal. Though this method of traversal could establish a massive advantage early on, without the need for gradual cultivation, the risks were also greater. If one were to perish in a traversed world, it would probably mean true death, which is far less forgiving than the opportunity for a do-over that consciousness descent offered. 100 strands of world-breaking origin force would allow me to choose the worlds for traversal, according to my desires. Meaning, Lin Yuan could control the type and direction of the worlds he traversed based on his own needs. Such a utility was quite satisfying to Lin Yuan. All the traversals conducted by the door to the myriad realms thus far had been random. Such traversals were not harmful in the early stages, but as Lin Yuan's strength and realm continued to rise, some of the worlds he traversed wouldn't provide much aid. At this time, the effect of customized traversal showed its value. Lin Yuan could tailor a world that fit his cultivation system and could bring him immense aid. 100 strands of world-breaking origin force? Too expensive. Given the door to the myriad realms projections rate of accumulating 1 strand of world-breaking origin force every 333 days, 100 strands would likely take 90 years. 1,000 strands of world-breaking origin force can bring back an item from any of the traversed worlds. Lin Yuan sighed. If 100 strands of world-breaking origin force already required waiting for over 90 years, wouldn't 1,000 strands necessitate nearly a millennium? Such use of world-breaking origin force wouldn't be considered by Lin Yuan unless it was for some special origin source treasure of a world. 10,000 strands of world-breaking origin force. Lin Yuan had not seen the specific effects of 10,000 strands of world-breaking origin force, but according to the current information received, there should be use for such an amount. The current door to the myriad realms projection, the accumulated world-breaking origin force? Lin Yuan sensed it and found that the current amount of world-breaking origin force was just over 1 strand. The accumulation of world-breaking origin force should be based on the standard of the main world. Lin Yuan thought for a moment and continued to start integrating a bit of his life brand into the universe. Kanglan Star. Governor Song Wuyang stretched languidly. Governor, all matters have been dealt with, and what follows is your personal rest time. Came the voice of his AI assistant. Personal rest time? Song Wuyang's face showed a smile. Suddenly, at that moment, the voice of the AI assistant came through once again. Governor, Nolan Chensi requests to speak with you. Nolan Chensi? Song Wuyang suddenly tensed up. The surname Chensi came from the strongest force in the Dawn Star system, the Dawn Association. And Nolan Chensi was the vice-chairman of the Dawn Association, a major figure in the Dawn Star system, second only to the chairman. Agree to the call. Song Wuyang took a deep breath to stabilize his emotions, and immediately gave the command. He was somewhat anxious, unsure why such a high-ranking individual was personally reaching out to him. Now that Kanglan Star had just recovered from the pressure exerted by the Heiyu family, he hoped there wouldn't be any unexpected incident. The holographic screen before him showed the image of Nolan Chensi. I've seen Nolan, sir. Chapter 228. Song Wuyang's tone was somewhat constrained. What great man, not great man. Nolan Chensi seemed very amiable, completely lacking the imposing aura and unapproachability that Song Wuyang remembered. The Kanglan Star you govern is truly remarkable, having given birth to such a great evolver. Nolan Chensi said with a smile. What? Song Wuyang blinked. He understood every word that Nolan Chensi said, but when put together, Song Wuyang didn't know what to make of it. What does truly remarkable mean? Nolan Chensi, as the vice president of the Dawn Association, wouldn't even spare high-grade life planets a glance, let alone Kanglan Star. And yet now this big shot from the Dawn Star system was voluntarily praising Kanglan Star? Also, a great evolver was born? Song Wuyang still hadn't comprehended. He was well aware of the number of evolvers on Kanglan Star and their specific circumstances. There certainly wasn't any great evolver as referred to by the esteemed Nolan Chensi. Lord Nolan, I'm not sure what you mean. Song Wuyong asked cautiously. I forgot this matter hasn't reached Kanglin's star yet. Nolan Chensi's smile did not diminish as his gaze turned even more affable. You should know about Peak Master Shursan, right? Peak Master Shursan? Song Wuyong was stunned. Of course, he knew of Peak Master Shursan. He was the pride of the Chikuan star domain, who not long ago had challenged the genius evolvers of the various star domains. Even the undefeated Holy Sun from the Wanyang star domain had been forced to bow his head in defeat at the hands of Peak Master Shursan. Song Wuyong not only knew of Peak Master Shursan but had also watched every one of his challenges, almost becoming a fan. But what did Peak Master Shursan have to do with him? If the Dawn star system could dare to fantasize, then maybe Peak Master Shursan came from their star system. But as for Song Wuyong, he didn't even dare to fantasize about it because the probability was too low, nearly impossible. With over 1 million life planets in the Chikuan star domain, including high-grade life planets and various main stars and so on, why on earth would the great Peak Master Shursan come from a backward and remote planet like Kanglin's star? It was completely unscientific. Lord Nolan, this Peak Master Shursan? Song Wuyong asked, puzzled. That's right. Nolan Chensi nodded. The true identity of the great Peak Master Shursan is indeed an evolver named Lin Yuan, from your Kanglin star. Also, Peak Master Shursan has participated in a tournament and even won the championship, you should remember. Nolan Chensi's tone remained kind as he spoke. The true identity of Peak Master Shursan is Lin Yuan. Song Wuyong was dumbfounded, almost unable to comprehend at the moment. Almost immediately after, Song Wuyong's eyes widened in shock, hardly able to keep his composure. Peak Master Shursan was Lin Yuan? Lin Yuan was Peak Master Shursan? Song Wuyong felt dizzy, as if knocked over by a huge surprise. No, that wasn't right. This was more than just a surprise. The true identity of Peak Master Shursan will be announced by the Chensi main star, and soon your Kanglin star will also be informed. I told you in advance as a preparation, Nolan Chensi said. Moreover, soon the guard troops of our president will come over to protect the family of Peak Master Shursan. By then, you should know what to do. Nolan Chensi reminded him. Rest assured, Lord Nolan, before the president's guard troops arrive, Kanglin Star's defense system will be completely sealed off, barring any forces from entering, Song Wuyong said immediately after taking a deep breath. Then I'll leave it to the governor, Nolan Chensi said with a nod, his face showing satisfaction. Although he thought that no one would reach Peak Master Shursan's parents faster than his Dawn Association. But it's better to be safe than sorry. Having extra precautions was never a bad thing. You may go now to make the arrangements, remember? The most important task for Kanglin Star at the moment is to protect the family of Peak Master Shursan until the president's guard troops arrive. Having said this, Nolan Chensi then disconnected the call. Thump. Song Wuyong fell to the ground with a thud. Lord Lin Yuan. Lord Peak Master Shursan. Song Wuyong's mind was whirring. He immediately thought of the time when Lin Yuan was oppressed by public opinion on Kanglin Star due to the Heiyu family's repression. Draw up the list. From the moment the Heiyu family severed trade with Kanglin Star, every citizen on the network who has verbally insulted and blamed Mr. Lin Yuan, regardless of their status, will be added to the list. Song Wuyong immediately began to make arrangements. He couldn't allow Master Shursan to even conceive the idea of suffering the slightest grievance on Kanglin Star. Heiyu was full of vigor, having the business map provided by the family's think tank. He just needed to follow it step by step. Mr. Ow. The training is proceeding normally, and the increase in strength of all evolvers is in line with expectations. The elder in the black suit, Bei Zhao, reported the results respectfully. I see. Heiyu was pleased in spirit. If the plan went smoothly, in the next championship tournament, those evolvers cultivated by Heiyu would shine brilliantly. The evolvers practicing divination are terrifying, able to grasp any minute information, and thus make the most beneficial decisions for themselves. Heiyu felt a touch of emotion. If it weren't for the list provided by the family's think tank, how could he, Heiyu, have known about the tremendous potential for improvement in these evolvers, that a little training could greatly boost their strength. Just then, "My father is looking for me?" Heyueo tensed up. He received a video call from his father. This left Heyueo somewhat at a loss. Heyueo's father, the sea-calming divine needle of the Heyu family, the 7th rank evolver Heyuemo. As the youngest son of Heyuemo, Heyueo had met his father fewer times than he could count on both hands, let alone receiving a personal video call from him. Could it be that father has discovered my achievements outside? Heyueo speculated in his heart and quickly accepted his father's call. On the virtual screen before him, Heyumo's image soon appeared. Heyuemo was tall and emitted a certain dark and chilly aura. "Eyuo." Heyuemo spoke in a cold tone. "I've sent someone to fetch you. Don't resist when they arrive." After saying this, Heyuemo ended the call. "Ha!" Heyueo was confused. His father, the sea-calming divine needle of the Heyu family, had video called him personally just to tell him this? Fetching me back to the family? Heyueo fell silent. He had dreamed of returning to the family. But the words of his father, Heyuemo, made him uneasy. What has happened? Heyueo furrowed his brow in deep thought. Mr. Ao. At that moment, the elder in the black suit, Bei Zhao, suddenly walked in. Chensi Mainstar has announced the identity of Master Shursan. Oh! Heyueo's spirit was immediately uplifted, and he quickly connected to the virtual world to receive the relevant files. The real identity of Master Shursan is Lin Yuan from Kanglan Star. Heyueo was stunned. He disconnected from the virtual world, shook his head to fully wake himself up, and then re-entered the virtual world. Yet, the file regarding Master Shursan's true identity still identified him as Lin Yuan. Lin Yuan of Kanglan Star. How can this be? Heyueo was in disbelief. The great Master Shursan. Why would he come from a backward middle-grade life planet? The fact that Master Shursan was from Kanglan Star, though shocking, was manageable. What Heyueo found unbelievable was that the evolver he had targeted at random could actually be Master Shursan. Why? Why am I so unlucky? The files came from the official source of Chensi Mainstar, leaving no doubt as to their authenticity. Combined with the attitude of his father, Heyuemo, just moments ago, Heyueo realized the magnitude of his offense. It's over. Heyueo's face turned ashen. He was well aware of the consequences of offending Master Shursan. Even if Master Shursan didn't pursue the matter, his father, Heyuemo, with his character, would never let it go. As Heyueo trembled with fear, a figure in a black overcoat appeared silently. Standing behind Heyueo, the figure spoke in an icy tone. Mr. Ao, please come with me. Chapter 229 Update Martial Path Evolutionary Path. The Heyu family. Heyuemo sat on the throne in the Grand Hall. His gaze was deep as he looked towards the cosmic starry sky. At his ears, a highly secretive fluctuation resounded. Heyuemo, you have infiltrated human civilization for hundreds of thousands of years. All along you have done very well, but today you need to do one last thing. Kill Shursan, the Peak Master. That Shursan Peak Master, who has just stepped into the 6th rank and is the tribe's great diviner, has confirmed that his life mark is not yet fully integrated into the universe. At this time, if you kill him, he will die completely with no possibility of resurrection. If it were anyone else, even an 8th layer powerhouse, it wouldn't be possible to break into Chikuin Mainstar and kill that Shursan Peak Master. But you, Heyuemo, are different. You are under the command of Chikuin Star Lord, and you have the right to enter Chikuin Mainstar. Secondly, your youngest son once suppressed Shursan Peak Master. If you take your youngest son to Chikuin Mainstar to offer an apology, you will have a chance to meet Shursan Peak Master. At that time, make your move. After calculations by the tribe's great diviner, you have a 10% chance of killing Shursan Peak Master. A series of extremely subtle vibrations entered Heyuemo's ears, transforming into information he could understand. Kill Shursan Peak Master. Heyuemo remained silent. He knew very well that the chances of killing Shursan Peak Master under the watchful eyes of Chikuin Star-Lord were exceedingly slim. And no matter whether he succeeded in killing him or not, he, Heiyu-mo, and the entire Heiyu family would be doomed. Heiyu-mo, the talent and potential shown by Shursan Peak Master, suggests that he may become a 7th rank monarch, or even ascend to 8th layer. For hundreds of thousands of years you have been stuck at 7th rank marquis level. If you can kill Shursan Peak Master, it will all be worth it. As for the Heiyu family you run, considering your youngest son's oppression of Shursan Peak Master, the downfall of the Heiyu family is only a matter of time. The subtle vibration continued. I am not sure that I can kill Shursan Peak Master within the perceptual range of the Star-Lord. Heiyu-mo replied. The subtle vibration stated he had a 10% chance of killing Shursan Peak Master. But Heiyu-mo felt that a 10% chance was too high. Based on his understanding of the Star-Lord, as long as it was on the main star, he could appear instantaneously at any location. Regarding this, the tribe's great diviner is prepared. This secret technique can grant you 8th layer strength in an instant. As long as Chikuin Star-Lord is not constantly on guard against you, there is a chance of killing Shursan Peak Master.
A suite le vibration transmitted à secret technique. Secret technique.
Heiyu-mo glanced at it. This secret technique required him to burn everything of himself. Physical soul, lifespan, and potential to gain a temporary surge in strength. Using this secret technique, he indeed had a chance to kill Shursan Peak Master, but he would not survive afterwards. After the event, he would die from the backlash of the secret technique without the need for any action from the Red Kuin lineage. Heiyu-mo remained silent. Heiyu-mo, as long as you do as I told, whether successful or not, your tribe, your people, will be granted 10 constellations as their home. My insect race will dispatch massive resources and treasures to cultivate your people and tribe. The subtle vibration continued. I understand.
Heiyu-Montag replied softly.
Shortly after, Heiyu-ao was brought into the palace. Father! Heiyu-ao's limbs were trembling, and his lips quivered as he looked at Heiyu-mo seated on the throne. Heiyu-mo's expression was calm as he looked down at his youngest son. The act of Heiyu-ao suppressing Lin Yuan was criticized by many in the Heiyu family, but to other species, it was seen as an opportunity. It was because of Heiyu-ao's rashness that Heiyu-mo had the opportunity to take Heiyu-ao to meet Shursan Peak Master. Without this incident, Heiyu-mo would have no pretext to meet Shursan Peak Master. Forcing a meeting without reason could have likely alerted the divination class evolvers on Chikuin Main Star to something unusual. Everything in the universe follows its natural laws. Under normal circumstances, Heiyu-mo would not need to urgently meet Shursan Peak Master. If he insisted on doing so, it would be abnormal and prompt the divination class evolvers to delve deeper. But with Heiyu-ao it was different. My son once oppressed you, and now we have come here to offer apologies. This would seem reasonable and normal. No one could find fault with it. My tribe. Although Heiyu-mo appeared calm on the surface, his mind was intensely conflicted. He came from a weak tribe deep within the star space. The war between human civilization and the insect race affected the tribe where Heiyu-mo originated. Under unavoidable circumstances, Heiyu-mo had no choice but to follow his tribe and ally with the insect race. Because of his decent evolutionary talent and potential, the insect race arranged for him to enter the territory of human civilization. It is fairly common for members of weak tribes like Heiyu-mo's to occasionally drift into human civilization territory and settle down there. Human civilization did not take too many precautions against such beings, enabling Heiyu-mo to join Chikuin Star-Lord and establish the formidable Heiyu family. Of course, due to Heiyu-mo's foreign origin, it was impossible for him to become a high-ranking member of human civilization. Establishing the Heiyu family was already the limit. Father, mother. Heiyu-mo's thoughts drifted as if he had returned to hundreds of thousands of years ago when he was still a child, running across the plains with his parents. Life was so carefree back then. If not for the war between humans and the insect race, he would probably be very happy now, staying by his parents' side, not needing to think or do anything. Chapter 230. Father's shoulders were wide, sturdy enough to bear the livelihood of their entire family. After so many years, father and mother have long been dead. Hayu Mo's thoughts returned to reality. Though his father and mother had passed, the other clan members, whose names Hayu Mo could no longer recall, were still his kin. In Hayu Mo's heart, these members of the Hayu family were nothing more than tools to disguise his true identity. Ever since he had infiltrated human civilization, Hayu Mo had not let his guard down for a moment. Father, mother, I will come to see you soon. Hayu Mo stood up and walked over to the trembling Hayu Ao, helped him up and said, "Come, let's go apologize to the 13th Peak Master." Chikuin Main Star. In the square of the central continent, Hayu Mo, accompanied by Hayu Ao, sought an audience with the 13th Peak Master. Brother Hayu Mo, your youngest son. The steward of the Red Kuan lineage looked at Hayu Mo with a trace of pity on his face. Since the identity of the 13th Peak Master was made public, every bit of information about Lin Yuan had been unearthed. Among them was the issue of Hayu Ao suppressing the 13th Peak Master. In others' eyes, Hayu Mo was just terribly unlucky, having had a good standing in the family, only to offend the 13th Peak Master because of his youngest son. How unfair was that? In fact, Hayu Ao was unlucky too. For someone of his direct lineage in a prominent clan, using his power to suppress an evolver without any background was not unusual. The Human Civilization Alliance, governed by 3 goddesses from on high, rarely saw violations of the law. Yet suppression was unavoidable. Take for example, this company is mine, and if I don't like you, I can let the company fire you. Under the oversight of the 3 goddesses, at most the full penalty would be paid, and they wouldn't insist on employing a particular person. Give a message to the 13th Peak Master. Just tell him that I, Hayu Mo, have a valuable treasure to offer. Hayu Mo said softly to the steward. This was also to pique the 13th Peak Master's curiosity, to entice him into showing up for a meeting. Hayu Mo, as a 7th rank evolver, might be referring to a treasure of king-level ranking at the 7th rank. Such treasures, even valued by the Great Peak Master, the 2nd and the 3rd, would be taken seriously. Lin Yuan, having just become the 13th Peak Master, might have risen in status but certainly didn't possess many treasures. Understood. The steward of the Red Kuan lineage nodded. He saw nothing strange in this. Moreover, coming over to seek forgiveness, one should not come empty-handed, right? After watching the steward leave, Hayu Mo composed himself. All he could do now was wait. Wait for the 13th Peak Master to summon him so he could activate that secret technique and strangle this human genius within the 6th rank. In exchange for a better living environment and resources for his race. Inside the palace on the peak, Lin Yuan received the news that Hayu Mo was bringing Hayu Ao to seek forgiveness. But Lin Yuan had no intention of meeting them. Before his life imprint merged into the cosmos, Lin Yuan could hardly settle down to cultivate, let alone meet people. And his eldest senior brother had made it very clear. For Lin Yuan, the most important thing now was to integrate his life imprint into the cosmos. As for everything else, even meeting his teacher, the Chikuan Starlord, could be postponed, let alone Hayu Mo. It's almost time. Lin Yuan breathed out lightly, his eyes shining. Integrating the life imprint, though not difficult and something any 6th rank evolver could achieve, was a process that required patience and could not be rushed. Kanglan Star. Continental Manor. Xiaoyuan's seclusion is lasting quite long this time. Lu Qiong's face showed a hint of worry. Isn't that normal? Lin Shouqing had grown accustomed. After all, my son is Kanglan Star's once-in-10 millennia genius. What's a few months of seclusion? I've heard those higher-rank evolvers, every time they seclude themselves, it could be for dozens or even hundreds of years. Lin Shouqing said. Right, daughter. Lin Shouqing glanced at Lin Yi not far away. At the moment, Lin Yi was watching the 13th Peak Master's combat videos over and over. Yes, yes, yes.
Lin Yi responded nonchalantly.
Just then, the smart housekeeper mentioned that someone had come to visit. Governor Song has come over? Lu Qiong immediately stood up, ready to greet the visitor personally. Because of Lin Yuan's championship in the arena competition, Song Wuyang often came over to pay his respects. So, Song Wuyang's visit did not attract much attention from the family. Very soon, Song Wuyang walked in. Governor Song, Xiaoyuan is currently in closed meditation and can't come out for the time being.
I'm sorry.
Lu Qiong's face was full of apologies. She naturally knew that Song Wuyang's visit could only mean he was looking for Lin Yuan. As for them, they didn't have the status to warrant a personal visit from Governor Song. I'll notify Xiaoyuan right away. Lin Shouqing got up, intending to send a message to Lin Yuan. Of course, such a notification was like leaving a voicemail, which Lin Yuan would only see when he was done with his affairs. No need, no need. Song Wuyang hurriedly waved his hand. Mr. Lin must be busy over at Chikuan Main Star. I just came over to have a look. I wouldn't dare disturb him. Upon hearing this, Lu Qiong and Lin Shouqing looked slightly stunned. What did Song Wuyang just say? Xiaoyuan is on Chikuan Main Star? Governor Song, you must be mistaken. My brother was still in meditation in the main building a few days ago. Lin Yi, noticing the error in Song Wuyang's words, couldn't help but interject. Little E. Lu Qiong glared at Lin Yi. Even if Song Wuyang was mistaken, it wasn't appropriate to point it out directly. That was too impolite. Ha ha ha. Don't worry about it, Governor Song. Little E is just like that. But still, you must pay attention to rest amidst your busy schedule. Lin Shouqing seized the opportunity to say, Mr. Lin, Mrs. Lu, and Miss Lin. Song Wuyang's expression became solemn. I'm not mistaken, Mr. Lin should indeed be on Chikuan Main Star. Song Wuyang paused for a moment, then continued. Also, there is some great news I need to share. Your son, Mr. Lin Yuan, is the 13th Peak Master of the Red Kuan lineage. Song Wuyang declared. As soon as these words came out, Lin Shouqing, Lu Qiong, and Lin Yi looked at Song Wuyang. It seems like Governor Song has indeed been overworking himself. Lin Shouqing stepped forward to smooth things over. However, Governor, such a joke about the 13th Peak Master isn't appropriate. That's... Lin Shouqing hinted delicately. With his status, he naturally had no place to correct a planetary governor. But this matter could be big or small, and could even involve his own family. So Lin Shouqing summoned the courage to speak. Ha 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 ha. Song Wuyang saw their reactions and showed no sign of surprise. When he first learned that the 13th Peak Master's true identity was Lin Yuan, he was no less shocked. Mr. Lin, Mrs. Lu, and Miss Lin. I, Song Wuyang, am quite lucid. Your son is the 13th Peak Master. Soon, a guard unit from Chensi Main Star will come to protect you, Song Wuyang said earnestly. Ah? Lu Qiong and Lin Shouqing looked at each other in bewilderment. It was at this moment that they faintly realized that Song Wuyang was not joking. Impossible. My brother is just at 4th rank, while the 13th Peak Master is at 6th rank. Lin Yi couldn't help but say. That's because the 13th Peak Master's talent and aptitude are too terrifying. If he revealed his true identity, those different species would surely keep attempting assassinations continuously. Song Wuyang said without hesitation. He then directly shared the identity confirmation document from Chensi Main Star with them. This, Lu Qiong and Lin Shouqing were flabbergasted. After seeing the unique seal of Chensi Main Star on the document, they took a while to come to their senses. Then I'll take my leave now. If there is anything, you can contact me at any time. Seeing the situation, Song Wuyang immediately got up to leave. He had come specifically to inform Lu Qiong and Lin Shouqing of this matter. Hello everyone, this is Shadow. Due to copyright restrictions on YouTube, I can't publish many of the audiobooks you love. That's why I've created a special paid service where you can enjoy over 300 high-quality audiobooks from platforms like Webnovel, Pocket FM, Audible, Wuxia, and more. Each novel comes as a one-time purchase, no subscriptions, no hidden fees. After payment, you'll receive full access via Telegram, along with all future updates for that novel. You'll find a wide selection of your favorite genres and titles, always in premium audio quality. Check the full list of available novels in the description. DM me now to get your favorite stories in audiobook form and start listening today.